Hey guys, good evening. It is good to connect with you all on one more week of AMA. I know this week is not the last week was not the general week what we all would have expected. As I was discussing with in the last week's AMA, uh, we were actually destined for a good market, but with the global scenarios being good. Now, last week we had faced a scenario where the global geopolitical situation or scenarios were not that great, and a big event had happened last week, which had led to the markets reacting over the weekend. Um, Now, let's start welcoming in people who have joined. Hi, Rajan, good to see you again. I'm happy to see you every week in the AMA. Good evening, Kaja Moiden. Good to see you here. Let's just wait for a few more people to join in, guys, and then let's begin our session. Now, last week was, uh, uh, though the prices were holding for the longest time, but the weekend was particularly not great because of certain things that have happened. We'll definitely discuss about that. We'll definitely understand how the markets might move, beyond this. Um, let's get into that discussion, guys, very soon. Let's just wait for a few more people to join in. Um, and then let's begin our discussion, guys. So, hope a lot of people, at least from how it was yesterday or in the beginning of day today, they are seeing much better prices comparatively. But what could happen in this week and going forward, and what all factors should we definitely be, you should definitely be looking out for? They form the critical part, of our analysis now, guys. So let's definitely get into discussion now. Anyway, last week where we reached a peak of $108,000 for Bitcoin, and then a lot of things were happening globally, especially around Israel-Iran war, right? So that is something that has taken the main headline. That is something which is creating a lot of ripple, right? So let us see what's going to happen in the coming days. Let us just definitely discuss about that. Um, Hi Nelson, good evening. Happy to see you here. Gordon Resart, good to see you again, man. Any updates on Bitcoin price prediction? Let's definitely discuss about that, Gordon. Let's see these factors which are affecting the Bitcoin prices, where it is going to go. Crestart printers, Kumaran, நான்காம் உலகப் போர் மூண்டது ரஷ்யா சீனா எக்ஸெட்ரா இஸ்ரேல் அமெரிக்கா பாகிஸ்தான் கச்சா எண்ணெய் விலை அதிகரிப்பு செலவு விலை 5 மடங்கு அதிகரிக்கும். Okay. So, Christopher Printers Kumaran, if and I wish uh, there's not going to be larger wars, but yeah, a lot of things are happening. Uh, Now let's get into the main news. We know that U.S. had attacked or bombed the nuclear sites in Iran. Last week we were seeing a lot of attacks between Israel and Iran that were ongoing, and uh, there was a lot of expectation that U.S. would be intervening in the war, right? Because Israel was directly requesting US to intervene in the war, quoting that there's a lot of nuclear activities that are happening in Iran. Now, though the global community did not expect such a drastic movement or a sudden movement that could have happened from US, but it happened. So US bombed the nuclear sites, which a lot of people around the globe were worried that it could create a lot of tensions. Right now, still the worry is there. Now, because of that worry, again, weekends are usually low liquidity times. That worry had an impact of Bitcoin. Bitcoin went below $100,000. Now, even the global markets, the Asian markets, the oil prices also took a temporary hit. Now, this is something that we all have to notice, guys. Though uh, there is a very, very critical part of the Strait of Hormuz, which people think that might be blocked by Iran, which could lead to the oil prices shooting up. We haven't seen such an activity from Iran yet. Now, if you notice, the oil prices, though had initial volatility, has come out of the volatility and it's staying a bit stable as of the point we speak. Now, with this, the rest of the markets are also taking a hint, and the volatility is getting stabilized in the other markets as well, especially the Asian markets and the other equity markets across the globe. Now, the same thing, the crypto ecosystem was also taken the same hint that okay, it looks like uh, uh, which a lot of people are not sure yet. It looks like there is going to be some premeditated or some discussions that are going to happen rather than full-fledged wars, or else Iran would have quickly reacted in blocking the strait. Right now, that is the expectation, and Bitcoin prices, though it had a volatile last 2 days, since today morning, or since the time a few more markets started opening up, the Bitcoin prices have started climbing up again. Now we are looking at Bitcoin prices which are holding at $101,000, and the expectation is it should be climbing, above this part as well. Now, is it a right way to look at? Now, if you have also noticed, MetaPlanet, which has been accumulating bitcoins for quite some time, I think they hold somewhere around $760 million worth of Bitcoin. They've further started accumulating 1,111. So, double one bitcoins to its kitty again. Now, I think it's worth somewhere around 160 or 170 million, but they saw this to be a good opportunity or a good price to buy Bitcoin at, right? So, and they had entered into the market. And they added more assets to the treasury. So, this is one indicator, guys, wherein the market is expecting that the escalations of war could be limited and it might have little impact on Bitcoin prices because the market is expecting that. Uh, Now, again, there was another news that the prices were down because Iran was also trying to sell. It seized bitcoins to fund the war. Now, though we cannot really confirm, what is the quantity and if they've really been doing that. But even people who had quoted that had said that even those will not last for a day or two of selling, right? So considering all that, I think the sell side pressures which are coming from the geopolitical news, if things don't escalate badly beyond this point, uh, as we see in the other aspect as well, oil prices are very good indicators. We could see the crypto prices, especially Bitcoin, climbing back up again. I see it as a temporary hindrance or jitters that have been created due to the geopolitical tensions. But having said that, all other factors within the crypto ecosystem remains solid. There is institutional adoption happening. Metaplanet is one good example, which is very, very critical. So with the institutional adoption happening, and a lot of the institutions across the globe have also started seeing how to include Bitcoin uh, in their treasury or as part of their asset holdings. So this is something that is critical. There's no change in the view from the large institutions uh, that there could be a worry holding a crypto or a Bitcoin in their asset class. Now, when we look at what else I saw. Ravi, how Bitcoin ETF flows going on? Ravi, the ETFs per se, Bitcoin has managed to. Let me quickly check. Yeah, they managed to get in $6 million dollars in the net flows. The net inflows has been 6 million, but we have noticed some or big movement that has happened in the Ethereum. There has been 11 million outflows that has happened in Ethereum. The quick analysis, what we have is a lot of these new institutional players who went and invested in Bitcoin and beyond Bitcoin as well. They could have been a bit worried considering the ongoing geopolitical scenario, and they had reacted to the market news. Now, the expectation is again, these investors will be back soon because considering the fact that Bitcoin, which is the major torchbearer, has again started climbing up, this will create a lot of positive sentiments among the investors, the institutional investors is the feeling. So, though there is a loss in ETF flows of Ethereum, I think it is short lived, and Ethereum is definitely expected to get in a lot of net positive inflows, is what I expect, guys. Time to buy BTC, or we can wait for dump more. I don't. I'm cannot give you a real yes or no answer here, but we can look at indicators. Indicators being Metaplanet is one indicator which is trying to buy Bitcoin. And now, yeah, so there is an FOMC meeting that is scheduled for tomorrow. Though more or less people uh, are uh, are clear that what's going to happen. In this meeting, mostly, it is going to be a positive note that the inflations are stabilizing. But again, few people have quoted that the effect of the tariffs or US tariffs will start only from July because the 3 month break what Trump had given gets over by July 9th, right? So the expectation is the inflationary pressures will be felt only after that because if you notice, uh, US has made trade deals with, if I'm not sure, UK and China deal is not yet to be signed, and the rest of the Europe there is not much of noise that is coming out. So we're really not sure if the trade deals are getting closed, but if they are not, then the effects would come in during July. Now the expectation was the Fed will mostly start reducing the interest rates from September. Now, a lot of people still hold that expectation. It looks like that is the direction that the US will go. Trump has also been hinting a lot on that direction, but with the trade tariffs in July, uh, I know how it is going to come into effect, right? Are a lot of countries are the deals being signed, and it is going to be a much more stable scenario, or with the trade tariffs coming in, the prices are going to increase, which will create inflationary pressure in US. If that is going to happen, that is something we'll have to wait and watch in July. So why is it important with the reduction in interest rates? If it happens in September, we are expecting usually a lot of fund or liquidity flows will happen, which will create more liquidity in the ecosystem. More liquidity would mean a lot of people buying Bitcoin, or a lot of Bitcoin being bought and demand being there, which will further drive the prices up. Which again, if BTC prices are driven up, it will definitely trickle down to other altcoins as well, because people will be looking at making more returns when they get into the crypto ecosystem. Master player 3 are, can we follow hyperliquid whales to predict the market? Following whales is usually a tough one, master player 3 are, because whales also know that they are being noticed, and usually they take people for a pump and dump as well. So having your own strategy, tracking, analyzing is much better than just following whales, right? Because they have their own interest. Their 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 ideology most of the times has been to pump the market, and that is ideally what they mean when they want you to follow them. Um, SIP with withdrawal interest only available in Giottus stock SIP. SIPs are available in Giottus AA Master. We have tried to make sure we keep it close to the existing SIPs that you usually use. But yes, this is a crypto ecosystem with its own different set of product line and limitations. Consider SIP as a periodic buy that you can do for a fixed amount of time. Uh, Now, since being into the crypto ecosystem where the volatility is more, we also have SIPs that you can set out for in for an hour even, or every day even, week, month, or quarter. Uh, so considering the volatility, the time frame is a bit varied here. But yes, I still consider DC or the SIP method is one of the best ways to get into a market where you feel is volatile, right? Now, apart from that, let me take in some more questions. Is it good time to buy some else, Rajan? See, that's what I'm not going to be saying yes, no here, but there are a lot of indicators which would mean that even with such a global scenario happening, a lot of cryptos have, though they have gone really deep. I don't think, though the prices have dropped down really deep, be it XRP, which is at 10 percentage down, Solana 13 percentage down, ADA, which is 15 percentage down, even Hyperliquid, Hype, is 20 percentage down. I strongly feel that these cryptos are down not because of intrinsic issues in the crypto space, but rather reacting to the global scenario. I believe that this is something that is very very temporary, and will get corrected very soon. Right, that's my belief. Aaron, USDC or USDC DT, which is best to hold? I mean, both are stable coins. I don't know why you would want to hold a stable coin, but thanks for raising the topic. It is interesting to see that the Genius Act has been passed, but yes, it has to also get passed in the House of Representatives, which again, there's a summer holiday that is also coming up. I'm expecting it could happen only post that, but it is a very very critical move where a law has been passed for stablecoin to ensure that it is being backed by solid U.S. treasuries is the U.S.'s hope, right? So now, though Tether has been trying to convert a lot of its the backing for its USDT to much more regulatory aligned assets like treasuries and like T-bills and USD. Uh, but still, there is a lot of argument that is against Tether that is going on. So from that front, USDC by Circle looks to be much more regulatorily aligned, right? So though at this point it looks like Circle has got uh, a good bet when it comes to regulatory alignment, let us also not forget that Tether is still the largest stable coin, right? And Circle has got a long way to cross that. But having said that, in crypto ecosystem, anything can happen. Make or break happens within a matter of seconds. So it will not be something hard to believe that a contender like Circle could easily overtake Tether. Now, Tether definitely has got a big problem to make sure that they're able to convince the regulators that their backings are solid, right? But yeah, they've been working a lot in that space. They've been struggling definitely in the Europe market when the MiCA regulations came in, but Circle was able to work around it or work as per the laws. Now let's expect uh, similar things to happen. Um, Master Player 3R, can we expect futures this month? Master Player 3R, so like I said, futures will be out by the next month. Uh, there are some updates that are happening for the same. Uh, Again, so we will be reaching out to you guys. I'm more excited to bring the product out to you guys. Definitely, we are making sure that when we get it to you, it'll be the best product. We are just doing some final testings and corrections, which is bringing in a bit of delay. So maybe not this week, but next week we'll definitely reach out to you on the communications about the launch. But thanks for keeping up the interest, Master Player 3. I really appreciate you asking that. Garden Resort, anyone using Bitcoins as payments in India? Garden, I think not yet. I think payments, crypto as payments is not something that's still favorably seen by the government. So crypto as a payment method, I think RBI has also a few times before has spoken about it, where they're also not seeing it as a favorable medium of payment. So even if someone is doing, I don't think they're doing it in a large scale, is my belief. But yeah, I think with things happening in US with the Genius Act and the stablecoin acts which are coming out, I think India will definitely start looking at working on the regulations in that front. And let's not forget, we are expecting the position paper on crypto to come out anytime this week or next week. So let us expect something like that happening. When that comes out, it is going to be a lot of discussions that will happen, and payments could be one of those things that will definitely be discussed. And let's hope that that gets cleared. Ravi, do you guys have any signal channels like TCX? Ravi, so currently it's a Telegram channel where we are informing. These are not like signals per se, but our Telegram channel is the one where we are posting most of our inputs. But having said that, we will definitely be starting one very, very soon where it is going to be only signals. But our Telegram channel is currently doing the job. Yeah, Ravi. So that is the thing. And we will also be pushing in the feature in the app also very, very soon. But now, as far as now, it is our TG Telegram channel and our WhatsApp group, which are available for the same. So that's the thing, guys. We'll have to look out things to look out for. Obviously, the escalations in war and how the global uh, other investment products, be it how the oil prices are moving, how are the equity markets, especially when the Asian market opens up. How is it? How are the Asian markets looking at the current geopolitical scenario? These are critical things you'll have to look out for. And yes, people are worried about Ethereum losing in crypto prices. I strongly believe that this is temporary, and a lot of institutional money should be flowing back into Ethereum. It's my strong belief. Apart from that, there is this FOMC meeting. I don't think it will have a lot of surprises, but yeah, it is good to watch out on that. But I think the market has already considered that into the pricing, and ideally that is why we are seeing Bitcoin prices climbing up. So that's quickly from my side, guys. Uh, let's hope that this week there is not any more surprises that comes from the geopolitical scenario. But also note that even with this, the markets are stabilizing and growing, which is a good indicator that you should be looking at. So with that thought, I'll sign off this week AMA, guys. So every week 6 p.m. I do this quick AMA. Again, when the market has a lot of actions, I'll be extending these AMAs usually, or this week has been a straightforward insight that we could derive from. So till we connect next week, guys, watch out for all these things that we discussed about. Let's hope that it's going to be an amazing week with prices appreciating and your investments growing. So till we meet next week, 6 p.m. Monday, every week. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good week then.